I got a feeling that you got me covered too. I got you covered. I got you covered.
Hi everybody, how is everybody doing over here on Blessed to Crochet? We just got through with Blessing Through Connection. Welcome in Shatiko, welcome in Alaska Wild Adventures. Just met him over at Blessings Through Connection, and congratulations on our live over there. He reached 1,500 subscribers, so congratulations to that. We're glad that we could assist with that. That is certainly the purpose of Blessings Through Connection, is to get everybody connected over there. We're hitting that connection button. We're doing the YouTube shuffle, and we're making it happen, guys, for sure. And then after we get done with this, we're going to take you all out. The place that we went for the car show yesterday is having fireworks tonight, so I thought that would be fun, or as my daughter called it, wireworks, and hopefully you all can hear me, and I turned on my microphone. That's what I want to make sure. So I think you all can hear me good. But anyway, we're going to talk a little bit about this. This is kind of a little interesting subject or discussion that I want to kind of have tonight. And that is a thing called the Quilters. Now, the Quilters was a show that I found on, I'm going to get it in my head in just a second, on Netflix. And I thought it was very, very interesting that when I found this and I got into it, I thought, well, you know, I'm crafty. Let's just see what this is all about. Well, I want to talk about this from the premise of everybody to some degree, right, has times in their lives where maybe you kind of feel you're not in prison, but sometimes we feel like we're in a prison. I know from my body dealing with fibromyalgia, sometimes I feel like it is a prison for sure, because I'm like, wait a minute, I'm in this kind of, you know, I wish I didn't have to be in this stage of having to deal with this whole thing, but I am, and so it is something that I have to deal with. And so the Quilters, if you have Netflix and you can go watch it, I would encourage you to go watch about the Quilters. And they are a group of men that are actually in, and I watched it several times just to make sure I got everything. It's only a 32-minute documentary. It was actually aired on March 16th of 2025. And it is in the film provides the inmates as a look at the unique quilting program for the South Central Correction Center and Maximum Security Prison in Missouri. They do blankets, which I just loved. Beautiful, beautiful blankets. I mean, you know, just beautiful blankets these people do. And they do them for, for foster children. Some of them actually do blankets for individuals that are, you know, have autism. And of course, autism, of course, having my daughter with autism, very, very close to this mama's heart. So I loved the thought that, yes, they put themselves in this situation, right, where they are in a prison of their, you know, own doing, but yet they're trying to find some good in the mix of, hi Sandy, in the mix of a difficult situation. So again, if you are in a position where you have Netflix, I would really encourage you to watch the episode about this story. And they do all of their stuff is donated through donations. So, you know, I was kind of thinking to myself, I wanted to think to myself, how can I honor my aunt? I wanted to certainly find a way to honor my aunt, and I didn't know quite how to do it. Well, this is how we're going to do it. And I'll tell you why. I've been looking for a way to honor her and honor her memory. And so I wanted to be able to do that. And I think that this is going to be it. Patty was someone, those that don't know, my aunt passed of stage 4 liver and lung cancer in March of this year. And she, through her time in her life, through Hi Lady Light, through drugs and alcohol, where she was stuck in a prison. For those that believe, she did become saved, and so I know where she is, but she was in a prison of herself. And I think to myself, sometimes I'm in there. If I'm dealing with chronic pain, I feel like I'm in a prison all to myself. And so these men, thank you, Alaska Wild Ventures, these men say that this place, the one guy is named Chill, that's one of his names, and he says, I gotta be tough out there in the prison. But he said, when I come into this room full of sewing machines and fabric, he said, I get to be soft. And I loved it because his mother loved butterflies. So all of his blankets are butterflies. One person loves colors a lot. One person likes the triangles. I mean, they're beautiful blankets. But understand these foster children, my aunt was not a foster child, but these foster children usually go into homes with sometimes nothing. They don't have anything of their own except for the little things that they, bring maybe. They have nothing. And so they make these blankets, these quilts for these children so that they can have something to take with them for the rest of their lives. And they try to do them on their birthday. They do them for the surrounding area. They have done 2,000 blankets. And they go in, and there were older men that had life sentences that actually were mentoring the younger men coming in and teaching them how to sew and teaching them how to line up these blankets and these edges and all that kind of stuff. It was absolutely amazing to see them do it. I thought, here they're in a difficult situation. They've put themselves there, but they're finding something to do in the midst of being in the situation that they're in. They're doing something good. They're actually they had we tried the weighted stuff on Christina. Jordan was her weight. He was about a 70-pound service dog for Christina, and he was, or 100-pound. So he was her weighted blanket, but we were thankful for that. But they do weighted blankets. They do vests as well. So the documentary explored the themes of restoring justice and the healing power of art. Through the quilting process, the men share their struggles and their triumphs, finding a sense of pride and purpose in creating something meaningful within confines and prison wall. The film aims to demonstrate how creativity can foster community. Here we're hearing community again, right? Personal growth, even in the challenges of events. Since premiering, it has received several accolades, including an audience award at the Bend Film Festival and a jury award at Saint-Affair International Film Festival. So the Quilters promise to be a moving exploration of creativity and community within the prison system, shedding light on the positive changes that can occur through artistic expression, is highly anticipated by the audience. The Quilters' enthusiasm, unlike and the ear of how the documentary portrays it, it's just really amazing. If you have Netflix, again, I would highly recommend it. In the description below, now here's where we're going to step in a little bit if we can. Only if you can. I'm not asking anybody for those that don't want to. But if you would like to, there is a place that you can send They accept fabric. They accept sewing supplies, sewing machines. This is all a program that is used to do for donation purposes. They run only on donations. They said, we're able to do this. And men go in there about 8, 9 o'clock in the morning. They stay till about 3:30 in the afternoon. And they really kind of focus. They said, we can kind of escape in this place. We can act differently. We can be softer. We can really kind of just be ourselves in this place and kind of, zone out for a little bit, feel as if we are coming into the world itself. We're kind of getting out of the situation we're in and coming in this situation. And they've got their headphones on and they're, I'm sure, listening to music and so forth. But if anybody would like to, there is a place that you can reach out to them by email and the address in which you can send any fabric supplies or anything like that. If you would like to, and you would like to, we have a P.O. box. Blessed to Crochet does. So if you want to send, Hobby Lobby is we don't have a Michael's. That's an hour away from us. Joann's is closed. The only one I have is our Hobby Lobby. If you want to send a Hobby Lobby gift card, that would be used specifically to go get some fabric. I have some fabric that I'm not using, so I'm going to start a box. Anybody wants to, send anything through Venmo, it's on our link tree, and be able to say this is specifically for that, then we would be glad to certainly do that. Anybody has some fabric they want to send us, we can include it in the box. If you want to go pick up some fabric and send it to us, and we can just put a collection box together and send, I think it's an awesome idea. I truly believe. All right, well, thank you very much for stopping in, Lady Light. I appreciate it very much. I truly believe that we can help and make changes out there for sure. We can do things, we can make changes, we can certainly be a force of being able to do that. And so I think that this is something I wanted to bring to everybody's attention because, I feel as if sometimes we are in our own prison of ourselves. Maybe it's you're dealing with a chronic illness like I am, or you're maybe just in a situation where you're struggling with something and you kind of feel like, you know what, this is kind of a difficult time in my life. And we've all kind of been in there, and thankfully we have a community of people that is there to, especially here, to be able to be supportive. And we are so grateful for everybody that is here that comes in here and supports. So if anybody is interested, I just wanted to put it out there. We will be starting a box full of fabric scraps and going to Hobby Lobby and picking some stuff out and starting to put it in a box. And we would like to send it to the address that is listed in the description below, and be able to put on there that this is for and in memory of my aunt who passed in 2024. So I just loved this. I thought it was something that, again, we feel as if sometimes whatever we're going through in life, it can sometimes be a difficult thing. It can sometimes be a difficult situation, whatever we may be going through, and we may have put ourselves in that situation. I mean, my aunt who was addicted to drugs and alcohol, her backstory was really rough. My grandmother dealt with bipolar, and so she was the last kid. She was it. There wasn't anybody after her, and she kind of got a lot of treatment that was kind of difficult a little bit. And so, this was something that she was able, she glean, she went towards drugs and alcohol, unfortunately, and I wish she hadn't, but she did. I can tell you the last little bit of her life, she was sober and clean, which I'm so grateful to see for her. That she left this world sober and clean. I was very happy to see that. And I was so proud of her. But in her life, she chose um, where she was dealing with drugs and alcohol, and she was in that prison of her own making until she finally realized she hit rock bottom, and she goes, I got to go get some help. I can't keep doing this anymore. I can't keep kind of, going forward like this. And I'm very thankful that she chose that. And I looked at these men in the prison. I thought they've all put themselves there. And in one of the incidents where um, the one of the men they can't have any violations um, in the program. They have to have no violations. They have to be, having nothing but good things, no violations. There was one man, he did this beautiful, very much of it was a wild blanket. It was like a 70s retro blanket. And he went there and he put this blanket, but unfortunately he had a little mishap. Nothing major, but he had to leave the program and he couldn't come back in. And I think to ourselves, sometimes we go through life. There's been times where I've messed up, and whatever I was going towards in life, I couldn't do anymore because I just messed that up. And sometimes we can beat ourselves up. And I thought, I hope this man is not doing that to himself, because he made several blankets that touched the hearts of these foster children.
Otherwise, may have walked out of their house with nothing but the clothes on their back. And I just thought this was wonderful. It really touched my heart to see these men make these blankets and choose the colors and everything. And they have programs within the prisons that I know of. They have them for the people that are, like, for the trying to train dogs. There are people that they will do service animals, so then they will go through and train the dogs in the in the prisons. And of course they can't have any, and they said usually in those types of programs they don't have anybody because they don't want to lose this. This is something so precious. And they said some of these really you know hardened people in there that get the ability to help raise the dogs and help raise the service animals in the prison soften because they get that love in a way, and it's just wonderful to see. And I just loved the story on Netflix about the quilters, and it was something that I didn't expect to really sit there and kind of. I was just so thrilled that they were in the process of doing this for the foster kids. I was just saying, this is just wonderful. These foster kids within their area are getting, you know, these wonderful handmade blankets. I remember when I was growing up, there was our next door neighbor, and they had a daughter with some special medical needs, and she was on the news because she had to have lots of surgeries in her lifetime at that point already. And there was a knock on our door from some men that were coming. They were, they were probably, they worked for the prison, but they came to our door. They knocked on the door, and they said, we have a dollhouse for this little girl. And so we, of course, walked them over. My mom, I think my dad did, over to the next door neighbors, and they had built this beautiful dollhouse for her. And I think we need more of these types of programs in the prisons, don't we? We need more of them. I don't think we have enough. And I would have never thought that they're quilting in prison. But I'm thinking, boy, do we need more of these. And we need more. They were absolutely beautiful quilts. We've got to have more of these in the prisons, because this is a program that can truly be such a wonderful thing for so many people in the prison system that are wanting to do something good. They are also learning a trade. They are learning a trade in which that they could go out and do. They could make blankets and they could sell them when they leave. They are someone that learns how to do the stitches and do the blocks. I admire people that can do quilts. I think they're beautiful. And do all that. And I thought, this is by donation only. So it's only by donation. I wanted to bring it to people's attention because maybe there's some people that say, you know what, I have some things, or maybe they'll go to their Hobby Lobby and they'll see some quilt squares or some material that's on sale and say, oh, I can pick up this. I'd like to be able to send it off to the prison. Again, it's in the description below. And I'll give it to them for them to make some beautiful quilts for these children, or some of them. And when I heard about the fact that they're making weighted vests for the autistic children, boy, I was all in. I was like, yeah, weighted blankets and so forth. And there was this one, they showed them receiving a letter with a picture of one of the foster children sitting on the blanket. And the man was reading I think it was Chill, he was reading, that's his name. He was reading the letter, and he was just ready to cry. And there was another guy reading another letter about how much the weighted blankets and the vest meant to these individuals that were autistic. And he said, he couldn't even, he had trouble even finishing the letter because he was crying. And I'm like, these guys are hard guys, yet they're softened by this because they're helping other children. And there was probably about 20 of them in there. They go happily every day. They get a little kit with their name on it. They're responsible for all the tools that they need. They have a master list. They have to return all of them back. They can't take anything out of the room, of course. They've got sewing machines, and they work with each other. They help with each other. And it's amazing to see. I think a gentleman was going to be in there for life, and he is doing this. He said, this is my refuge in this place. He said that I can come here and know that I'm helping, a child that may have walked out of a house with, nothing in their hands. And I just think, to myself, we've got to do more of this. Not only in places like this, but other places. Just think for a second. If we can do this in a prison setting, and I know maybe for some young people, they would sit there and go, I don't want to learn how to quilt or crochet or whatever it is. Why don't we get them into doing something like this? This should be in community centers. This should be for young people where other people are volunteering enough to come in and teach them how to do it. And they're using their skills, they're using their mind, and they're using it in a different way than using it out in the streets. I think it is wonderful to be able to see. So I'm not asking for anybody to do anything. I don't want people to feel as if I am. I wanted people to be aware, just like with Sniff Spot. I wanted people to be aware for dogs like Mocha that otherwise cannot be in a regular dog park setting and they don't have a backyard and they are looking for something like this, I wanted them to be aware that there is a service out there. And I want you all to be aware of this, because if it's something you say, you know what, I've got some fabric laying around, or you go to Hobby Lobby or Michael's or what have you, and you see some fabric and think, I'd like to just send them some, because I know it's going to go to good use. It's going to go for a child to smile because they've got something of their own, a foster child. If you want to send it to us, and we could put it in a box with what we hope to gather together, I would love to be able to do that. I'd love to be able to send it from this community to them, and be able to send it as a way of saying, you know what, this came from Blessed to Crochet's community. And I just wanted to put the story out there because, and that was foremost, because I think that we've got to find ways of doing more of this kind of thing, even outside of the prison system. I think more things like this need to be in the prison system for sure. But I also believe that if we find a way to, of course, get it, to be able to put it out into the world, we're going to get a lot in return, aren't we? And so we've got to figure out a way to say, okay, how can we do stuff like this before it even gets to where they've had something put them in the prison system, right? And so I really wanted to encourage everybody today to look at something like this. Just take a look at it. I also wanted just to think, in your life, I just thought of it when I was thinking, I hope to goodness I'll never be in prison, but I sometimes have felt my life as I'm kind of in my own little prison. I felt for many years, as I was talking to Kendra Kay, the interview was great today. I thought about that today, and I'm thinking, for many years I felt as if nobody wanted to be my friend. And I was in my own little lonely prison. And you guys got me out of that, for sure. You got me into getting myself out of that and realizing that I had a community of people coming together. And I loved seeing the chat going today and the way it did. I was so thankful for everybody coming in to support. And I hope people, I know our algorithm is all over the place right now. And I'm hoping that we'll, get better and better. I'm having Josh brought something to my attention the other day, and he says, I'm wondering whether Streamlabs is just not as, it's maybe holding you back a little bit, and it very well could. But we'll just have to hang tight. We'll get through it, right? And we're going on, going out in about I think an hour. We're going to go back to the Blueberry Festival where the car show was, and they're going to have fireworks. And you know what? I didn't get a funnel cake last night. Josh was like, let's go back and get a funnel cake. So we're probably going to try to leave here around 8:30 and head over to the fireworks, which should start about 10 o'clock, and let you all see the fireworks, and hopefully we can get good seating, unlike the time we did before, which was it wasn't that great the last time before. So we're hoping to be able to do that. But, and if you're dealing with a chronic illness, there are certainly times where you can feel like yourself is just in a prison. I don't feel like I ever am going to have a key to get out of it. And that can sometimes be very lonely. But you know what? Despite, yeah, it's changed, and we're trying to get back into it. But I love seeing everybody that came in and supported today. Thank you all. Kendra Kay is really amazing. Sandy, if you can drop her link. Yeah. Nope, I think I've got it. Hold on. If you all haven't checked her out, please go check her out. She was wonderful. And I think I still have it in there, but I changed it to owner. That's what I did. to do it on my other name. But, you know, when, you know, I mean, I could sit and sit there and go, you know, I'm really hurting and feel like I'm just in my own little prison and I can't get out. And I don't want to do that. That's why I come out here on the YouTubes. That's why I come out here and we do what we do, and we talk. And I'm thankful for whoever shows up in the chat. I'm here for everybody. I'm here for the support in the community. But I kind of felt as if when I was watching that story, I thought, you know, coming on YouTube, doing my blankets that I do, working on Canva is kind of gives me a key out of my own little pain prison at times. And it gets me out of there for a brief period of time. And I think whatever we're dealing with in this life, we may be feeling like we're in a little prison. And I didn't put myself in this position of having fibromyalgia, but I'm in it. And I'm going to certainly find a way to do something good in the mix of being in a difficult situation. And that's what these men in prison are doing. They are finding ways to, you know, do something good for someone else in the mix of difficult situations. Now, again, for those that came in, they're at the South Central Correctional Center. It's a maximum security prison, and that's in Missouri. So they do these quilts for the surrounding area. And it was wonderful to see them do that. And I was very moved by the story. And I thought I've said this entire time, I'd like to know where my aunt, you know, we have the cookie connection from my dad. We have the Samaritan's Purse for my grandmother. Where can I kind of fit my aunt in this? I thought, this is it. She was a crafter. She was, you know, a kid she went through a very rough childhood. And she was in a prison when she comes to drugs and alcohol. She got out. But it doesn't have to be where you're actually in prison. Sometimes it's just in your own little thing, your own little world, right? You're just in there and you can't get out. Maybe you're in a situation where you're taking care of an elderly person and you feel like, man, I just don't have any life to myself. Or you're caring for a special needs child where you feel like you're kind of just isolated to some degree. Or you're maybe homebound because of a medical illness and you can't get out. These are all prisons without the prison being actually where you're in there for something that you've done. Yet these gentlemen get up every day, 5 days a week, and go to their sanctuary. They go to their sewing room and make these beautiful quilts for children that I'm sure are just have gone through so much pain, so much difficulty in their lives. And they get to go into this room and they get a quilt that was made for them that they get to keep, they get to hold on to. And I'm thinking, man, you know, how wonderful is that? Maybe, you know, they try to do it for their birthday. You know, if they had a birthday coming up, they try to do it for the birthday. Maybe these kids didn't really get birthday presents. They get to take that blanket everywhere they go for the rest of their life. And just as a little side note, it is Elvis's, and I did post a little bit of a short on the channel. It is the 48th anniversary of Elvis's passing. Y'all know I'm an Elvis fan, right? And like I told the story today on Kendra K about the fact that he was able to deliver a wheelchair to somebody that needed it. And when he left, the person said, I don't think they know who you are. And Elvis says, it doesn't matter who I am. It matters that someone cares. And so this is fitting, actually. I was going to do it yesterday, but we rescheduled that so we could go to the festival and let y'all see the car show. But this is actually very fitting that we're doing the show on today, which is the 40th anniversary of Elvis's passing, and that these gentlemen are doing these blankets for these children just for the fact that they want them to know someone cares about them. Hi, Mr. Rocker Vlogs. How are you doing? I want to know someone cares. I just think it's just wonderful to see. And we are hoping, we want to fill a box of supplies. I have some fabric. I'm going to start with that I'm not using, and it has dog prints on it. I want to fill a box, and I want to send it to the prison's address and be able to send it to them and say, here, this came from the Blessed to Crochet community. Go ahead and make plenty of blankets for these foster kids. These kids that may have just been literally taken out of their homes in the middle of the night, or had left homes that were just in terrible situation, and they're going to a whole new environment. And they're, someone's caring enough to make a blanket. And it doesn't matter. I know they put themselves in a prison situation, but they're not allowing the prison to stop them from doing something good. Boy, oh boy, is that a lesson to learn for all of us. We're all in a situation to some degree in our lives that maybe we just can't get out of, right? But we're having to kind of keep pressing forward. Let's find something good to do. Let's find a way of showing people, hey, you know what? We care about you. That's why we come on here. We want you all to know you're cared about. You're worth showing up for. You're important enough that we care to turn on the beacon, the lighthouse. We want you all to know that. You all are special. You were all a community of people. And I'm grateful for each and every one of you. And it is just so important that we look for things like this that we can do. And so I wanted to put it out there again. If you want to send some, if you say, you know what, the story impacted me, if you have Netflix and you can watch it, I would highly suggest watching it. It's called The Quilters on Netflix. The address again is in the description below. You can send your own fabric. It tells exactly what supplies they accept. If you want to send us a Hobby Lobby gift card to our P.O. box and say, please just use this for the quilting, the blankets, to send to the prison, the fabric and all that. Of course, we would show you all everything that we got, and we can do that. If you want to, we have a Venmo. If you want to send us, just make sure you put in the description that's what it's for. If you want us, whatever you want to do, you can contact us. You could go to Hobby Lobby if you want to pick out the stuff, send it to us, and we could put it in a collection of boxes and so forth, of supplies. You can send it to our P.O. box. We just wanted to put it out there for you all because we think that this is something that's pretty special. And I don't know, it just touched my heart. I thought, we're going to do this in Patty's memory. And Patty would be thrilled to death to know that these children are certainly getting blankets handmade by these individuals. And she'd be thrilled, and I'm thrilled. And so I don't know how often we can do this, but if we can get a box and fill it and then send it off. And, one of the things I talked to with Kendra K today is I want to grow this channel. Of course, all the revenue comes from my mom, or the revenue goes to my mom, not comes from her. But I want to grow it so that we can give back. I think that if you have a YouTube channel, I think that a portion of it needs to be giving back. We do the shoe boxes every year. This is another thing that we can come together as a community to do. Those two things in itself are something that for sure is something that we're able to give back. Eventually, I'm gonna get the yarn together to send out for the blessing box. I'm getting that together. the Bible, when it comes to the devotions, we can certainly send out Bibles and stuff. That's all down the road. But it is certainly something we want to do. We want to give back on this channel for sure. Absolutely. And find ways that we can help. And I just believe that if this program is run solely on donations, but they're doing something good. Here's the thing. Here would be amazing if prisons around the place did something like this. And more of these opened so that not just children within their area could have these blankets, but expanding that out. Wouldn't that be awesome to see? Where other prisons are doing something like this for the foster children. I just think it's wonderful. And at the baseline, it says one thing. It's showing these kids, guess what? We care enough about you. We want you to know that you're cared for so much. And I had to tell you all about it and figure out if it's something that touches your heart the way it did mine, then you follow your heart and what you would like to do in order to help, because all of the blankets, all of the fabric, everything is totally run on total donations. And I'm thinking we've got to find ways to get programs like that outside here for the young people. So maybe we can get them involved in doing something like this to prevent them and mentoring them before they wind up in a situation like what they're in. This would be amazing to see this even further. Crocheting programs where people could teach them how to do blankets like I'm doing for cancer patients and for other things. It gets them out of it, and we can help to mentor to them. These are programs that, we got to find other places. We got to put them in other places, not just there. But I love what these gentlemen are doing. Even in prison, they're finding a way to do something good out there, and I absolutely love it. I'm loving seeing it. And they are really what was neat to see within the walls of these rooms that they have for the sewing rooms. These men became a community. And they said, everybody outside doesn't understand what we experience here. I can relax in these rooms. I can be soft. And we become a brotherhood. We become a community. And that was amazing to see. And I thought, boy, oh boy, really amazing. It was just, I was just fully impressed. I thought we need more programs like this for sure. Also, on our link tree, which I will put in the chat, we will be adding these things, the things that we got for our phone. I don't know if I got to show you it. I told, and by the way, the description did not do this any justice. That's my new case. And it totally merry. You see the little sparkle? The little sparkle. I can tell you the clarity on the camera. I hope you guys have been able to really see the absolute difference. But this is what I was talking about. The iPhone 16 has an availability with the Mag case where you can just, that's what I was talking about. And then, of course, it charges it and gets it like that wireless charging. But also, I got this ring, which helps me to kind of keep things steady a little bit. And then it just snaps right back. And it's like a pearl thing. We got one for my mom, but the case she wants had to be ordered. It's on back order. But this goes around like this. Awesome. And but this does not charge as fast as the charger that comes with the phone, but it does work. It's nice to have to just put it on, and that's what the Mag case does. Is it has a magnet in it, and it's really easy to find. And especially when I'm gonna be streaming outside, this will keep this charged. And I can tell you, I am not having any more problems with my phone dying very quickly. They told us in the store how to kind of maybe see what problems we were having out there when we were trying to stream with Mocha. was how to reset that. So I'm hoping we can fix that. But yeah, this case, totally, totally me. And it just, even in the picture, we got it and all like, yep. And then you can get these little gems. That was my anniversary gift, the gems, little crystals to put around the lens thing. So it was a necessary item. And the fact that we didn't pay much more than what we were paying already is worth it. But we had to get them. And hi, Glow with Flow Farm. How are you? I hope you all can see the clarity that we're getting on the new phones. You could see it certainly from the car show we did. It was really showing the amazing quality we're getting as far as the phones and the pictures coming through. So, and it was really cool yesterday when we went to the car show because we got to see a car. If you know Smokey and the Bandit, I did a little short on it. Smokey and the Bandit did a little, like, the guy had the car. Yeah. But I didn't get to show my case, but there's the case. But we were talking about the mag safe, or the mag cases, where you can find, it'll just find the thing, and I don't have to fool around with it. And I have a little handle for it. A little handle that just magnetically goes on the back, and it's pretty strong. I was pretty surprised. But there was a car that was done from Smokey and the Bandit. It wasn't in the movie, but if you guys look at it, it was beautiful. The guy did a beautiful job, and actually Burt Reynolds signed the glove box, so I was able to see that. There was a lot of other cars last night, and it came out crystal clear. Josh got me a new microphone. Everybody said the new microphone had sounded better. So, hi Snapback. I hope you liked your song I sent. I sent her a song. I made her a song. I hope she liked it. But anyway, guys, again, this foster program with the prisons that they're doing, for those that don't know, if you haven't, if you have Netflix, I am so glad. If you have Netflix and you're able to actually go see something called The Quilters, it's a 32 minute documentary. And it has the ability to, these gentlemen are in prison. They've put themselves there, of course, but they have a program inside the prison that makes beautiful, these quilts are, I mean, guys, they're rock star quilts. Beautiful, beautiful quilts that they do for the foster children within the area. They sew them and everything. So in the description below is a place that if you do want to donate any sewing material, everything is run on donations. Sewing material, fabric, supplies, even sewing machines. You can send it to that. There's also an email that you can contact the person that directs the program. They, to this date, they did the episode, they ran it on March 5th, March 25th it was run, and they have done 2,000 blankets for the local foster children within the area. They also do weighted blankets for children with autism, as well as vest with autism, weighted vest. And so they do this program. They're maybe in prison, but man, they're trying to do something good in the mix. So there is the address if you want to send anything that you would like to them as far as sewing supplies. But we are also in memory of my aunt. It passed away because she, to herself, when she was involved with drugs and alcohol, she was in a prison of her own. And she finally got out about 15 years before she passed. And to some degree, I'm in a prison when it comes to pain. And coming on YouTube, getting involved in my blankets, getting involved in Canva and so forth, it gets me out of that prison for a little bit. I actually have had a really bad sciatic nerve. You guys saw Walker yesterday. There's Walker coming with me tonight when we go see the fireworks in a little bit. But it was, my doctor actually put me on some medication, some steroids to kind of reduce the inflammation because I was in tears this morning before my interview with Kendra. I was hurting a lot. So it seems to be where now it's starting to work, reducing that inflammation. But I wasn't happy, But you guys, if you want to send fabric, we have our PO box. If you want to send a Hobby Lobby card, that is the only place I have local to me now. It's really the only place I go to. You can send a gift card if you would like to, and we will go start filling the boxes. If you want to, we have Venmo. You can send it there too as well. That's on our link tree. If you want to contribute, we would like to fill a box of sewing supplies to be able to send to the prison and from this community. I think it's wonderful what they're doing. I think we need more of them all across the country. I think not only that, we better get some of these programs like this in where we can mentor young kids. I think that we need to, get them involved with doing stuff like this. Keep them out of going in there. But when they're in, these gentlemen may be in there, but they're finding something good to do. It's only a 32-minute program. But I'm telling you, it's going to warm your heart to see these men making these quilts, knowing that they're going to children that otherwise may be literally leaving their home with nothing on their backs but their clothing. So it is something that I'd like to do in memory of my aunt from this community, and we will do that. And we'll just start filling a box. And if you'd like to send your own, that's fine. If you want to send a picture and we'll put it up on the community post, that's awesome. We can let people know that, that we can, that somebody did, and certainly tag your channel. But we need to come up with a hashtag for this one. And I don't know quite what it will be yet, but we got to come up with a hashtag. And something with Patty's name in it, only because it's in memory of Patty. Or maybe not. I don't know. Bless Quilts. I think that's what it is. Hashtag Bless Quilts. We'll start using that. And that's this program. This is something we would like to do. So if you'd like to participate, I will put something on the community post. I think it's just an awesome idea. And the fact that this program is run solely on donations. If I find programs like this in other places, it doesn't have to be necessarily a prison. But if I find other places, I'm going to bring it to y'all's attention. Because even if you don't send it to us, maybe it'll be some place you would like to donate some things to be able to help whatever's going on. It's kind of why I brought the sniff spot to your attention with Mocha, because I thought we were looking for somebody just to open their backyard and let this dog run. She was exhausted the next day. We wore this dog out. But she also did not know what to do back there. And it made me happy, but it made me sad. And so we'll take her back again and keep showing her, hey, we're not leaving you, I promise. We're going to go there. She's going to take a while to realize my family is going to take me there, and then they're going to leave with me. And then the same thing going back again. But it's a great place. It costs $5 the next time we go to a place. We found one in Ashland. A membership costs $20. The service costs $20 a month. But it'll be worth it to take her once a week just to let her start to understand what a backyard has. But if you don't have a backyard, you don't have you have a dog that's does do well in dog parks, this is a great option. Or maybe you don't have a pool and you want to take your dog to a pool, and they have lakes, and it's just different properties that they have. It's an Airbnb for dogs, but we wanted to let you all know about that service. So we're going to take a moment because we're going to go see some fireworks, and we didn't get a funnel cake last night, so we want a funnel cake before they leave the festival. Unfortunately, the place that we really wanted to eat, which was Smith's, and I know I probably said it wrong, they weren't there. They said they were going to be there, and then they weren't there. And so we didn't do that. So we ran to Raising Cane's and had a late dinner, but it was worth it. But let's go ahead and do our recaps. I got to find out where they are. We'll do our weekly recaps for I got to find them now. Okay, we're going to do our weekly recaps for this week. So let's get some dancing going.
Threads of words weave through the air. No hope.
I didn't fix it this week, guys. I'm sorry. I goofed. I did it on the other channel. I didn't do it on this one. I didn't fix it this week, guys. I'm sorry. I'll have to fix it for next week. I didn't get it done this week. I have last week's going on there. It's been this kind of week. But we can do the YouTube shuffle. That one we can do, and then I'll get the other one. What I'll do is when we come on next, I'll play both of them together. We'll do this way and this week. Let's see. I have to remember this. Here, we'll do the YouTube shuffle for a minute. And before we forget, we're going to take a moment to thank our members. It's never a requirement. It is just a way of supporting the channel. We have the $2.99 membership. I have to update some thumbnails or some extra emojis. We have our thumbnails. Why are you sad? I'm sorry. We have our I'll get there in a minute, guys. We have our memberships. There are the 99-cent membership. How did you lose that many? We'll get you there. Don't worry. We'll get you there. They're going to do that, so we'll get you there. Don't worry about it. We'll take care of you. Alaska, how far are you away now? We'll get you. Don't worry about it. They're going to play with your numbers, so we got to help him. Sandy, can you drop his link in the chat so we can help him? I'd appreciate it. Anybody else in the chat? Okay, don't worry about it. You're going to get back. Don't worry about it. They're going to play with your numbers. Just let's make sure if we go over there and connect, let's do it the correct way. Just to make sure that it happens the correct way. But they're going to mess with your numbers. My biggest thing is we're trying to get to 2K. It's really wonderful. We want to get to 2K. But I guarantee you we are sitting at, I want to encourage you, Alaskan, just as someone that's been on this road. We're sitting at 1869. I am probably going to wake up tomorrow and be at 1860 or 1865, possibly. I don't know. I just thought it's there, it's great, it's wonderful. We're one away from 1870. But understand that you are building an audience or a community. You're not building an audience. If you focus on building community, you'll never have to worry. Don't necessarily focus on the numbers, focus on building the community. The numbers are wonderful, but you want supporters, not subscribers. You want them to hit that connection button because they're going to connect to you. So I know for us YouTube people are like, oh my goodness, don't worry about it. Focus on making the connections. My biggest thing that I can tell you is go into other places. If you focus on your little niche, go into all different kind of places. Fishing channels, homestead channels, crochet channels. Another one that I would highly suggest you getting involved with is Tuber Chat. Tuber Chat is a great place of people that are content creators, owner channels. Get in with him, get in with that community. Great bunch of people. Highly recommend Tuber Chat. We cannot afford, I wish we could, to be a member on a lot of different channels, but we can't do that. But the one we can, and we are a member on, is Tuber Chat, and we will stay a member on Tuber Chat, because if you're a member, when you come in there, he will put you on the wheel and just talk about your channel. But again, it's still focusing on making connections with other content creators in the chat. That's why we're doing over the things at Blessings Through Connection. People will share those, then we'll go ahead and we'll continue growing. We try to do channel shout outs, so I can schedule a channel shout out for you next month. We've got them all lined up pretty much till the end of the month. But focus on building community, not audience. Don't necessarily be sad of the number. You made some connections tonight. Hold your head up strong. That is more important than the numbers. Absolutely. Thank you, Groves, for becoming a member. Thank you very much. I appreciate it very, very much. Those all help. We have the 99-cent membership. That is just a basic support membership. And then we do have our $2.99. That just means you guys get the videos before anybody else. We have really made sure that our shout outs will never be member only driven. We want them to go out to everybody, whether you're a member or not. And that will be on both channels. That'll never change. I'm so glad you caught alive. Thank you very much. I appreciate it. So we're going to thank our channel members. We do this at the very end of it. Of course, Elvis, today we lost him. It's 48 years to the day. He is a legend. I don't call him a king of rock and roll because he didn't like that. He said there's only one king and I cannot take that title. So out of respect of what Elvis did not like, we call him a legend here, and he certainly was. So at the very end, it says, thank you very much for everybody being here and supporting and showing up. It means so much to all of us. Whether you're a member or not, we appreciate it. It's never expected. It is always appreciated. And it also reminds you to be those blessed disco balls. Remember, a blessed disco ball is made of a bunch of broken pieces of glass to make a beautiful ball of light. You're not broken, you're a disco ball. So it reminds you to do that. So we're going to go ahead and play this right now.
Thank you. Thank you. Thank you very much.
Thank you. I forget to do that. Cause see, I want to dance too, and I want to hear the music. Thank you. I appreciate that. I forget sometimes. I just keep talking. Um, but I don't know what I was saying. I was going to say something, and now I forgot what it was. I don't know what it was. It went. Whoosh. Probably because it's been a long day already. I'm ready for a funnel cake. Anyway, we're going to get off of here because Josh and I are going to go head over to back to the Blueberry Festival where you all saw us last night. And they're having fireworks, hopefully. It says at 10 o'clock. And we're going to head over there and see what kind it is and just sit and watch the fireworks and take you all along for the ride. So I'm excited. But again, if anybody's interested in either helping with this hashtag Blessed Quilts, so that we can send some supplies over to this prison for these blankets that they make for the foster children, please let me know. We are trying to fill a box to send over from our community here at Blessed to Crochet to them so that they can make boxes for these kids. And of course, in the description below is the address and the email of the person you can contact if you would like to send your own supplies or you would like to do this on your channel. If you could just please also mention us, we would greatly appreciate it. And we are here to support each other. We're here to bring people together. And remember that this is about building community. This is not about building an audience. I am so grateful for each and every one of you, and you mean the world to me. You help me through some very difficult times, and that's what we're going to continue to do. We're going to continue to build community, and we are so, so grateful. So, the channel shout outs that we do, we will go ahead and put this week and next week on a live when we do it next week. Those come out at 8 o'clock every Monday. Those are from the shout outs from the previous week. We put them all together with our theme song for both Blessings Through Connection and Blessed to Crochet. And we put them out at 8 o'clock. So guys, you got that. You also have the Mocha's channel Daily Connection Hub. Please start making comments over there too. We have that there. And then the Daily Connection Hub, Blessing Through Connection. They come out at 12 o'clock. Start putting your name there. Start making those connections happen. And we can go ahead and, and if you guys go over to those posts that come out, and you're already connected with somebody, go to their channel, watch a short or two, make some comments, leave your footprint there, make those connections, let them know that we're supporting you. And that's certainly what we want to do. So we're going to get off. We're going to head over to the festival before the parking gets too bad, unless you all hopefully see some fireworks in a little bit here. So remember, be proud of being yourself. Everyone else is taken. Keep crocheting that connection. No crochet hook is required. And we got you covered. Thank you so much for having us covered. And we'll see you on the next one, or actually in about another hour and a half. I think I scheduled it for 9:30. So we'll see you in about an hour. Talk to y'all later. Bye-bye for now. Love y'all. Keep doing it. We got a community here, and we love each and every one of you.